Perfect. Getting some samples ready, because if you're going to talk, you got to show stuff. Okay, there, that'll work just fine. Oh, who's here? We got a couple people. Have you heard the news? Let me find this. Let me find this. Screen. Here's the screen. Now, there's been a couple of videos put up already. Hey, we got some new dollar coins coming. I saw JB put a video up about it, explaining this thing. This is HR 770, and there's a matching. Where is it? I didn't even get that far yet. There's a matching bill that went through the Senate, and it was signed by the president today. Right? It's called the American Innovation Dollar Coin Act. So this is kind of neat. Anyway, people are talking about it, saying, okay, they're going to come up with a new dollar coin. It's going to have a bunch of designs. There we go. Do we see that? Here's the text, and the link to the text is down below. Now, what I'm thinking is, what are they going to have for designs? It's going to be innovators and inventions. That's the whole darn idea. And I'm reading through the text of this. The front's going to have the Statue of Liberty, right? Where'd the front go? Here you go. Obverse, right there. Coin obverse is going to have a likeness of the Statue of Liberty extending to the rim of the coin and large enough to provide a dramatic representation of liberty. The inscription $1 and the inscription "In God We Trust." So that should not be too far from what we have on our dollar coins already. There we go. If I can get this face up. Nope, that's not it. There you go. The presidential dollars are a good example. Here you have the Statue of Liberty, $1, and it says United States of America. Well, it wouldn't take much to just change that and say "In God We Trust." If you would put it, you could make the dollar sign smaller and put "In God We Trust" in there. So there's space for it. That's no problem at all. I suspect it might be more akin to, where'd the other thing go? I got a platinum eagle I was hoping to find. What about it? I don't know where that went. Yeah, that's in the box marked stuff I don't want to lose. I don't know where it went. Let's see. What's this box? No. What's that box? Stuff that needs looked at. That might be it. Here's stuff that needs to be looked at. What's that? Oh, that's a quarter. Oh, here's all my good stuff. Oh, good. I've been looking for some of the stuff I've been looking for. Okay. I'm not going to find it right away. It's here. It's safe. It's protected. But I'm not going to find it. But I guess the obverse of the coin will look like this. And on the edge, they're going to have date, mint mark. Let's see what else is going to have on there. Where's the screen? Here's the screen. Okay, so you have Statue of Liberty in front. You can have the coin reverse will be the design on each reverse of each coin issued under the subsection shall bear the following: an image or images emblematic of one of the following from one of the 50 states, the District of Columbia, or territories. You're going to have a significant invention, right? So like, raspberry swirl cheesecake isn't going to make it. An innovator, all right. A group of innovators. There's a neat one. I could tell where that one's going. You'd have the name of the state, the District of Columbia, or territory as applicable, and United States of America. Okay, so that's not too far from state quarters, where I got some of those right here. There you go. That's not too far from the state quarter. Home. There you go. We got all kinds of different designs there. Around the edge, you got the date. They got some words explaining what it is. All right, and they got the big thing in there. But here you got E pluribus unum and the date. I guess that's moving to the edge. Let's go back and read some more of that. Screen. Okay. Edge. Where's the edge? Edge and Q's inscriptions. Okay, it's going to have coins into this subsection in the manner distinctive edge. Okay, everything else. Here. The year. So there's your date. The mint mark and E pluribus unum will be going on the edge. So I'm thinking, what are they going to do the design on? What are the designs going to be? Let me find my way home. So I started, you know, just Googling around. I lost my place. Let me find it back again. There we go. So, oh, there it is. See that? Where is it? Scope. Yeah. So I put this picture up. This is a logging tool. Back in the day, Maine was the logging company, no, the logging capital of the world. They pulled so much lumber out of those north woods, and they floated down the Penobscot River, the Kenduskeag River, or the Kennebec River. And this tool is called a cant dog. It's all better known as a Peavey. Believe it or not, that's called a Peavey. P-E-A-V-E-Y. Yeah, that's me. My great-great-great-great-grandfather invented this thing. And later on, somebody stole his idea and sold it and patented it, but the name stuck. So you get that much. That's a neat thing. It's got a point, right? So you can jam a log and push it. It's also got a hook, so you can get the hook on one side of the log and turn the thing, right? That's a big deal when you're trying to unstick a log jam. Wow, that'd be so cool if I had my own. I mean, the Peavey penny is pretty nice. People like these. But if they put the Peavey, you know, the cant dog, on the back of a coin, oh, I'd be giving those away left and right. That'd be slick. Now, there's a process by which you can submit your designs for consideration. That's how all these quarters got involved. You know, they sent the word out. Every state says, get somebody to design, you know, Yellowstone Park or whatever the hot springs are here in Arkansas, or, you know, do some design for your state. There's a process. I'll have to do another video just on that. Those first issues would be worth the most. Sometimes, a lot of times you see a lot of interest early on, and then they peter out, right? You're only getting a couple of million strikes on these state quarters. Oh, excuse me, on some of these satin dollars. These are satin. You're not getting too many on these. These proofs, a couple of million. Okay. Business strikes, same thing, couple of million. There's Phoenix, good to see you. I've used the Peavey during mop-up on fires. It's a handy thing. You can take a log and it lets you grip it, and because of long handle, you get some leverage on those things. They're handy. I should get one. I got a scythe out there. I really should employ it over here where the grass is getting out of hand. All this rain we've been getting lately, the weeds out front. Oh, dude, just forget it. They're nuts. They're taller than me. What's this new bill for to take place in the presidential? Well, the presidential dollar ended, and they want to keep it going. They've had a lot of success with the, you know, the state and America the Beautiful quarters. You get so many wonderful designs here. Some of them are just splendid. Some are kind of, like the Utah, I thought was a kind of a dull design. Right? And the presidents were great with the obverse design. Then the reverse was fairly standard. So that'll be the obverse on the new ones. And now they're not going to be intended for circulation. They'll be NIFCs for collectors only. So, you know, we get to keep them. Isn't that nice? So what are they going to put on the back of these coins for innovations? I think the Peavey would be good. I thought I'd do just have a chat and see. I mean, you got things like Eli Whitney's grain mill. No, one more thing. Let's go to the screen, talk to the text one more thing. Where is E? Section E. I don't know where E is. Coin reverse. It's going to have an image or images emblematic of one of the following: a significant innovation, an innovator, a group of innovators. But E, following along here, where did E go? E was key. Prohibition on certain representations, right here. No head and shoulders portrait or bust of any person, and no portrait of a living person may be included in the design of any coin issued under this subsection. No head and shoulders, no bust. Okay. So how do you put Thomas Edison on there? How about George Washington Carver? Will the penny be discontinued? I haven't checked on that. Not yet. We'll hear it. Believe me, when it gets killed, we're going to know it, because everybody's going to hit the bank. So what are they going to put in the back of these? Geez, I'd love to see a Peavey dollar, but I'm thinking, you know, they're going to do like a cotton gin. I went looking at other American inventions. I've lost my place. Stand by here. There's home. Oh, here's the screen. I just Googled a couple of things. You got, here's one. How about the graham cracker? Huh? 1829 thereabouts. It was Alexander Graham Bell invented the graham cracker. No, wait, it's Sylvester Graham. I don't know if they're relation. Yep. Graham cracker? Yeah, it's a staple. But different things I went looking through. I just pulled up Google and said, oh, well, okay, let's see what we got. Swivel chairs, flatboat. Okay, did they go before the Constitution? So, you know, like the swivel chair was done up by Francis Trumbull in Philadelphia. And Benjamin Rand and Thomas Jefferson invented one of his own. How about the harmonica? Because Ben Franklin's, he's got a lot of stuff out there. All right, how about the flexible urinary catheter? Okay, I think some things might not want to go on coins. Just saying. Bifocals have been around forever. I bet you, yeah, Ben Franklin, he had something to do with that. You know, between Franklin and Edison, they pretty much thought up everything. That's kind of a neat thing. Crackers, cotton gin, the automatic flour mill. So many of these things are from way back in the day, and they're basic, you know, basic tools that are, you know, developed ever since. The wheel cipher, the Rumford fireplace. Okay, how about the Franklin stove, fire hydrant, the banjo clock. Here you go, 1804, the Burr truss. It's actually a combination of an arch and a multiple king post truss design for bridges. It's got nothing to do with that other truss thing. Amphibious vehicles. Do you think vapor compression refrigeration should make the list? Coffee percolators, lobster traps. That'd be a neat one. Now, the lobster trap was invented in 1808 by Ebenezer Thorndike in Swampscott, Massachusetts. And this is neat because he's another one of my ancestors. He's like my 7th great-great-grandfather on my mother's side. Yep, so I'm just destined to invent stuff. Circular dental floss? Come on, they're going to have Alexander Graham Bell and the telephone. And do they stop there? Do they just put up a cell phone? Jeez, is Steve Jobs' iPhone going to be on the list? Okay, lost it. Let's find a way. Oh, I can put this under here so we can just look at something. Be nice if we could focus that. So what are the designs, and how can you submit your design? Because I think all you need is an image, and then the Mint takes care of the engraving part after that. But it'll be Liberty. There she is. How would you like to see your, you know, Adriana H? You could see an AH right there instead of DE. Where's my stick? No, I'm going to need another one. I got so much stuff up. Here's one. There you go. See your AH right there. Or Bill 457. So BF. You know, OG, oldies and goodies. You could have your initials right there. Yep. Now you got 50 coins coming out, and just like the state quarters, one side will be the same, Statue of Liberty, and then you get all the rest. So you got 2. Let's see. Let's find them. Let's find them. There's one right here, Delaware, and there's another one. Usually, I bet you that's it. I can't make it out. Let's find an easy one. Here you go. Here's 2. JFM. You see them on the Lincoln penny, and DE. So you got a designer and an engraver. And you could be the designer on one of these. Wouldn't that be awesome? If one person from this group, one person in the coin community, could design a coin, that would be just an incredible feather in one's cap, I suspect. That is AH. I thought it was. We better look at AH up here. Yeah, AH. We could put it right in here for Adriana Hoffmaster, or PB. Right on the other side. You have to get a job, though. You have to work for the Mint, and we'll fit you in. You know, we'll vote the other guys out. This one doesn't seem to have. There's a PH, and there's nothing on. So this guy must have done double duty, I bet. Yeah, sometimes I do that. Union. It's all union rules. Any letters here? There you go. JFM. He did a lot of work. I don't know who he is. Have I been demoted? No, I was flipping out the other day. There you go. I was trying to make this thing work, and sometimes you hit the wrong button. And then you just keep on hitting wrong buttons. Maury Veal. I like to see an MV on these coins. Okay, I'm going to look up the process by which coin designs are submitted and approved, because we got 14 years of these things coming, people. You can get it. You can do this. I think it'd be the coolest thing. I'm going to definitely be pushing for that Peavey dollar. We're going to make that happen. That'd be a feather in my cap. I would probably just lose my shit right there. Put that in the back of a coin, huh? Okay, let me find my way home. I've lost my way. There's that. Here's this. There's home. Yep, here's Lincoln and Adriana and all this and goodies and more reveal and Mike Wolf. This morning we finally got some rain. Outstanding. You'd buy that for $1? A Peavey dollar? Well, at least we get credit for the design. You could do so much with these. How far do you want to take your collection? Do you want to put your name, your initials, on a coin that's going to be there for hundreds or thousands of years? Hopefully they won't make it out of zinc and coat it with copper, but we don't know yet if the material, these manganese thingies are going to be the same, or if the material is going to change. I suspect it'll probably stay the same. That's just a hunch. I'm just thinking they got this process figured out for this particular metal. Well, why not? It's not a bad looking color. It's kind of golden. It's pretty. It's distinct. It's not like the other coins. Where's some dollars here? We got a peace dollar. We got some Ikes. There you go. Some Ikes came in the other day. I've been looking at them. I found a double die on one of these. I was so happy with that. Where'd they go? Okay, DDO. And this one's listed over there in the Ike group as 7CP301. Does that make any sense? This was very, very hard to see. It's a whole lot better in person with a loop than it's going to be on this scope. But there's double dies. That'd be cool. I want to see a Peavey dollar with a double die. How about that one? We could do anything on this. Okay, here's a scope. And you got to look at In God We Trust, and it is very, very light. Hi there, Ken, and hope you're well today, says Pusa Studios, and hello to all in chat. Good to see you. Now, we got to look at the bottom of U, S, and T, so I got it at a little off focus, so I can move this through, and you're going to see some, a little separation on the corners of in particular. You'll see the end. This is very, very difficult. I'm going to have to get closer. 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 Okay, let's look. And you can start to see some separation on UST. And I'm going to have to mess with this for a long, long time to make it happen. But it's in there. But it's just this little tiny bit. And boy, these proofs are so darn tough to mess with. Okay, there. If we can look at the bottom right of the N, perhaps we can see some separation there. In the bottom left of the leg of the N, we got some separation. And perhaps a notch in the upper left of the R. Yeah, that's one of the double dies. So, geez, I got that. I like getting, bunches of stuff in, like a whole roll of something. Yeah, on the bottom of the S, U, R, you got kind of a separation line that goes through. And then, you say, look at that. So we got a double die Ike. I'm pretty happy with it. You leaving, Adriana? Tell Shay to do something on the computer and design a Texas coin. Somebody must have invented something in Texas. Come on, it's huge. Just, they invented Texas. That's going to be good enough. There you go. So there's one of those Ikes. I got a bunch of these around. And there's is there a Morgan here still? I think I sent out the only Morgan I had. I got to stop doing that. Okay, Peace, Ike, SBA. Here she is in all her grandeur. The best way to store these is inside several brown paper bags. And also have one over your head in case there's break. That's the best way. That's the bag coin. So 50 new dollars. What are they going to put on there? The telephone, you know the telephone's going to be there. We'll have the early phone, right, where Graham Bell said, "Come here, Watson, I need you." Or will they have, the new cell phone? Or how about something like a flip phone, or the old standard, black Bakelite, made them in, World War II by the gazillion. Them old things. Bill J, is this really you, buddy? I bet you it is. Oh, wait. Bill J, version 2. Thank you. I need subscribers if anybody wants to help. Oh, man. We're going to get over there right now. I'm going to go to the screen. Here's the screen. I'm going to load a page, so everybody bear with me. This is Bill J. Let's see. Put user in timeout. No, go to channel. Bill J had a problem with his channel, and it got taken down. It's gone. All his good work is gone. Nobody knows why. Okay, so here's Bill J version 2. We're going to give him a subscribe. And can we see this? Make sure we... Oh, let me slide that over. Here, we got to hit this button that says subscribe. And over here, you get a little bell. And hit that so you get those little wings on the sides. And let's see, you don't have anything up yet. Who's this? He likes Tony Silvermaid. He likes It's Me, Brian. He likes me. Tony just did a little shout out, so go visit Tony. And Bill, I'm going to get you over here as long as I have you up. I'm going to copy that. We'll go to the video. I'll put you right in here. Insert. There, Bill J version 2. Now I'm going to make that bold. But I'm going to take out your old one because it's done, it's gone, it's history, it's toast. Delete row. Okay. This is how I do everything. If I can copy and paste it, it's so much easier. Let's go home. And we're going to copy that link. And put you in over here. There. Paste. Now the same thing happened to Ray Hepburn. He's in purple here. I'll just copy that. Copy. And where'd we go? Bill J. Paste. There. So it says Ray is restarting his channel. I'll put in Bill J is restarting his channel. Good to have you back, Bill. Don't you go no place. Let's see. Blue, this color? I think I got you as purple. There you go. You're purple. Let's go back. There's Bill. Get in 31. Come on, we can do better than that. Everybody get over there. Let's see. There's home. There, I can see the chat and everything. And looks like we got green bars across the bottom. Life is good. Polly, you can't leave. I'll catch you all later. All the plants are going to die. Now, Bill, if you haven't noticed, we're having we got a project going, and you can help. We got a community project. Everybody's going to pitch in. On the 25th and 26th of August, we're having a coin seminar. Right? Just go live for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Tell me what day, what time, what you're going to talk about. If you have a giveaway, mention that too, and we'll get you listed in that in the seminar live stream lineup. Thanks again, Ken. I appreciate it. One day the mystery of Bill J1 may be solved. Dude, I don't know. My figures and statistics have been messed up lately. I'm getting more people, right? Getting more views. I get more view time, and the money is just going. It's just what? I think YouTube's having a sale or something. Who knows? We'll figure it out. And if not, we'll just keep on going the way we're going. It could be just people are all off for vacation. That's a big thing in the summertime. That one coin guy's here. How are you? We're talking about the new dollar coin coming out, and what do you think will be the design on those? Now we know the obverse is going to be Statue of Liberty. Could be something like this. It could be similar to the Platinum Eagles, right, where it's more of a frontal shot. She's like giving you a high five. There you go. It'll be a proud obverse design. Why not? That's not too bad for a coin. Bring liberty back to the coin instead of all these dead presidents and stuff. I've been watching those videos. I'll be out of town that weekend. Vacation with the wife. Well, at least you can probably get a few minutes and sneak away. Say, baby, I got to use a bathroom. And you go out in the woods and just watch somebody's show. That's just as good, man. And if not, we'll still have the live stream lineup so you can just watch them all later. That's part of the whole thing, is invite people to watch everybody's channels. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Bill 57. I meant, oh, Bill, there's so many Bills. That one coin guy says, I was watching JB Coins, and he said it might be Innovations of America. Yeah, we just put up the text. We can bring that back here. Scope. No, screen. Here's the bill as it passed the House. And they're calling it the, where'd it go? American Innovations Dollar Coin Act. And it's just a design. And of course, you can see here the likeness of the Statue of Liberty from the rim of the coin. Extending to the rim of the coin, large enough to provide a dramatic representation of liberty. But this coin reverse that gets me. What are they going to do? You're going to have 50 states plus the District of Columbia plus the territory, so 56 different designs. Then, of course, if California does its thing, maybe a couple more after that. Geez, maybe if Texas breaks in at 5 different states, we'll have some more states. But we can't have, there's a restriction, to be no bust. Where'd that one go? No head or shoulders portrait or bust of any persons, and no portrait of a living person may be included in the design of any coin. Okay. Let's see. Design. Each of the designs required under this subsection shall be selected by the Secretary, and that's probably up here, the Secretary of the Treasury, probably, after consultation with the governor or other chief executive of the state, or DC or territory, the Commission of Fine Arts, and the CCAC. Right, this is the process. So the governor of the state would have, you figure he's got a lot of say over what selection will be made for his design. Okay, but there is a process, and we've got to talk about that. Proposal for designs for $1 coins under the subsection may be submitted in accordance with the design selection and approval process developed by the Secretary of the Treasury in the sole discretion of the Secretary. Okay, yeah, we can find that out and make it work. But it's going to be innovations and innovators. Well, what sorts of innovators are out there? You've got all the scientists of the Manhattan Project, for example. There's a heck of a group of innovators. There's no one picture that would stand out for an individual. Maybe Oppenheimer, but just have a team of scientists, unnamed. You know, just a bunch of people in lab coats, mad scientists. Alexander Graham Bell, the phone, sure. Who invented the TV? That was a guy named RCA Victor, I think it was, or somebody. But some of these things are massively important developments in technology. The light bulb, for example. Edison, you know the light bulb's going to be on there. Is it going to be a compact fluorescent, or will it be, you know, carbon filament? Well, I suspect it'll be like the original light bulb. But the link to that text, I'm going to have to shut you down here, Bill. The link to that text, you're going to find it just below this video. There. And there's home, so I can catch up again. Act has to go through Congress, and that has to get approval. It went through Congress, it went through the House, it went through the Senate, and it was signed by the President just today. It is the law. We got a new dollar coming, babies. And it's just going to be NIFCs. It's just going to be for, you know, uncirculated strikes for collectors only. So if you want one, you're going to have to pay for them, and they're not going to be $1. Harriet Tubman coin, not on the dollar. They may still come up with a Harriet Tubman. There's been talk about putting Harriet Tubman on the 10 or the $20 bill. Okay, fine with me. It spends just the same. Henry Ford, Dale Earnhardt. Works for me. Put that on the 2017. Oh no, the 2023 coin. Yeah, that'd be better. Put the number 3 on there. What did Dale Earnhardt invent? A shift mechanism, or a, I don't know, transmission clutch flux capacitor type of thing? There's all kinds of inventions. What sort of thing has really made it possible to come into modern life? Electricity, developments in electricity. George Washington comes to mind. He did a lot with that. Between Edison and Westinghouse, you had the AC-DC debate. Okay, AC for transmission worked out great. And Edison The Edison electric company became dominant, and they became, ready, General Electric. There's so much history in these coins, and now we're just going to add more history to it. Geez, give me 50 more coins we can talk about. What's on the back of this one? A buffalo. What we got here? Symbolism. Here's an eagle. Here's a building. Jefferson was an inventor. He invented that one device just to copy his writing. It's just a, we would pick up a pen over there. He'd pick his up. It would pick up and dip. And then he'd stretch, and it would come, and they'd put it down and write. And it would transcribe his handwriting as he wrote, including dipping the pen into the ink. Or no, it wasn't a pen, it was like a feather. Boink. It looks just like this. Here's a reverse design covered with Jefferson pens. Yeah, it's a feather. Sorry, not connected, but it's the only worth. Is there any worth to coins from Russia? Sometimes. I'm not up on Soviet coinage or Russian coinage, but yeah, it comes down to quality of the coin, rarity of the coin, and collector interest. And yeah, they collect those things all the time. They're square, they're round, they got wavy, waffly edges. There's plenty of it. The older, the better. The rarer, the better. The better shape, the better. Most coins have some value. There are governments that have collapsed before, such as the USSR, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, and their coins are no longer backed by government. They lose their face value. They're worthless in terms of numismatic value, but they still have collector value. Some may still have metal value if they're made out of silver or copper or gold or platinum or some combination of all the above. Some Russian coins are platinum and palladium. So yeah, Pusa. Keep them. Keep your coins until you can decide for yourself whether or not you should keep your coins. If you don't know, keep it. Don't cost nothing. Hold on to them. Okay, let's see. Big innovations. Farming technology, because we're pretty much we're agriculture for a long time. How about the combine? In the early 1830s, which would cut and thresh wheat right there in the field, right? Something to do with hay. Who did the John Deere? You're going to have some kind of John Deere devices on the back of these coins? But Caterpillar, equipment, Model T Ford. So Henry Ford, I suspect the automobile to be on there. How about the Wright brothers? Okay, the airplane. That's kind of a U.S. invention. Who invented the air conditioning? I don't know, man, but give them a hug. I went out for like 2 minutes today. I almost melted. I came back in. Now I keep the place about 78, 80 thereabouts. It's a little cooler in the bedroom. But geez, you go outside and it's like 93 degrees out there every single day. Nighttime's nice. Yep. A guy named Carrier, I think, invented air conditioning. Oh, let's see. I just had that up. Where'd that go? Timeline. I just Googled this. Where's the screen? Timeline, United States, inventions. Here's the octant. Swim fins. Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. Franklin, who made that? Benjamin Franklin invented wooden swim fins in 1717. I think we can do better. He did like the lightning rod. Oh, let's see. The octant. Here's the Franklin stove. Again, Ben Franklin. Mail order. That's cool, because we all do mail order. Ben Franklin invented the post office and stuff. Lightning rod, again, Ben Franklin. The flexible urinary catheter, Ben Franklin? No! The harmonica. It's like you got all these glass bowls on a coaxial holder, and they spin, and you rub them with your hand, and you go, sounds like demons or something. Okay, swivel chair, flat boat, bifocals, automatic flour mill, cracker, cotton gin, wheel cipher, the Rumford fireplace, cupcakes. Now that really should be on the coin. A cupcake, fairy cake, patty cake, or cupcake is a small cake designed to serve one person, frequently baked in small, thin paper or aluminum cup. As with larger cakes, frosting and other decorations such as sprinkles are common on cupcakes. Who invented this? 1826, Eliza Leslie in Recipes Cookbook. Oh no, the earliest reference of cupcakes can be traced back as far as 1796. Was written in American Cookery by Amelia Sims. Now, what state is she going to get? Okay, you get the suspension bridge, the fire hydrant, banjo clock, truss, amphibious vehicle. Well, here it is. Vapor compression refrigeration. Oliver Evans. Here he is right there. American inventor Oliver L. Evans, acclaimed as the father of refrigeration. He makes the ice to put in your scotch. He invented the vapor compression refrigeration machine in 1805. Heat would be removed from the environment by recycling vaporized refrigerant, would be moved through a compressor and condenser, would eventually revert to a liquid in order to repeat the evaporation process again. And why am I thinking he was in Florida? 1834, Jacob Perkins modified the design. And then you got this guy, Twining of Cleveland. He invented the early vapor compression refrigeration in 1853. And then you got William Durant, who started the Frigidaire Company in 1918 and started making refrigerators en masse. Here's a lobster trap. We talked about that. That's another one of my ancestors. Okay, dental floss, milling machine, profile lathe, an adjustable horizontal metal rail and tool rest between the material and the operator, which accompanies the position of shaping tools. With wood is common practice to press and slide sandpaper against the still spinning object after shaping to smooth the surface. After the first of its kind, Thomas Blanchard, the military, invented the profile lathe, intended for mass duplication of woodworking. Yeah, handy thing. I just get my finger caught in it. Graham crackers, flanged T-rail. An all-iron railway rail that has a flat bottom, requires no chair to hold the rails upright. Multiple coil magnet. The doorbell, invented by Joseph Henry in 1831. Go away! We got two of them already. Yep, the Jehovah's are coming. Combine harvester in 1834. The steam shovel, 1835. William Otis. There you go. And they dug up everything. Once they made the steam shovel, dude, they were just tearing the land apart. The solar compass, 1835. A relay. It's an electrical switch that opens and closes under the control of an electrical circuit. Morse code followed the year after that. Hey, look, man, we can use that relay and make a tapping sound. Morse code's got to be in there. Oh, let's see. Gridiron. Metal grate with parallel bars, typical use for grilling meat and fish. You've seen those. Circuit breakers. Self-polishing cast steel plow. A corn sheller. Not coin sheller. Sleeping car. Vulcanized rubber. Some of these things are so simple, but they have we've had them for darn near 200 years, and it's the forgotten technology. Yeah, vulcanized rubber, you know, tires and stuff. How truss, again, that's a bridge. Inhalation anesthetic. You ever go and get the gas? When they took my teeth out, they gave me the gas. I've been going back every week and say, yep, I'm ready. Give me some more of that gas. And they slip me down and say, here you go. That'll be $50. I just laughed my ass off. Ice cream maker, 1843. Multiple effect evaporator. The rotary printing press. Oh, there you go. That's a step up from the Guggenheim. Is that it? The old style press, but it's rotary, so now you can print stuff on rolls of paper and then cut them. Pretty darn slick. The Pratt truss. Okay, bridges again. We're going to have a bridge design in there. Geez, they got the Golden Gate Bridge. There's a lot of famous bridges. George Washington Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge. Pressure sensitive tape. Maynard tape primer. Baseball. Baseball is an American invention. Alexander Cartwright. The myth about Abner Doubleday inventing baseball was debunked, and 40 years after his death, Cartwright was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Transverse shuttle, printing telegraph, gas mask, pin tumbler lock. The lock mechanism uses pins of varying lengths Yale Lock Company. The jackhammer, oh, you can have that. That's nothing but work. 1850, they invented the dishwasher. Yeah, before that, they just put it on the floor and let their dogs lick it up. Well, look, 1850, the next year was feed dogs. It's a critical component of drop feed sewing machines. Vibrating shuttle, again, this is a sewing machine device because lots of clothing and textiles. You know, the 1850s coming along, people are they're dressing better. Let me get back over. How much of this stuff is going to end up on our coin designs? There, we can find that out. So here's some dollars. There's a whole bunch of them. We'll just set them in there. My friend worked in the early solar panels. Very nice. I would love to get solar out here. The cost of solar power has come down dramatically in the last few years. Remember all those hundreds of millions of dollars the government invested into solar panel production facilities? And of course, they closed 6 months later because the Chinese also invested their money in the same darn thing, and plus they got the germanium, so they're just cranking them out for cheap. Solar photovoltaics used to be upwards of $4 a watt, and now, I mean, you're looking at $1 a watt. Seriously, 5,000 watts, you can probably power most of your house. If you take out the stove, the air conditioner, the dryer, that's most of your 220 items. After that, heating coils are the worst of it. You can run the toaster for a little while. But PV, yeah, $3,000-4,000, you can handle most of your power needs. I want to get my well on solar because we got a storm out here. Forget it, man. I'm in the dark. We lose power all the time. Nuclear power. That was nuclear power. I'm thinking that was more of a Copenhagen invention. Nuclear power has its roots back in the days of Niels Bohr, Albert Einstein, those guys, the 1900s, 1910s, 1920s. And there's a lot of research done in Europe. Now, what was it, 1939, 1940? You had the first chain reaction, controlled and sustained chain reaction under a tennis court at the University of Chicago. You know, Lou Costello invented the refrigerated water cooler. Genius. Genius, absolutely genius. Yep, we got the atomic bomb. We got a lot of stuff that has come out of all these wartime drives. The nuclear power. These things are operated in part because of nuclear power that derives from nuclear weaponry. We put a man on the moon so we could beat the Soviets. It was all propaganda. But it was a heck of a drive. But we got such things as microwaves. We got Velcro. All the tremendous inventions. We have the space pen. Remember that story? The United States spent $20 million in the early 60s to invent a pen that would work in space. See, because you got the gravity. They spent $20 million on that. The Russians, they simply used a pencil. Okay, Tang. We got Tang. The moon landing was a complete lie. No, I believe it. I believe the hype. I think we were there. There are too many things that we got as a result of that, like, you know, global positioning satellites. You can find your way to Walmart in 2 towns over because of what we've done in space. It's got to be Edison. Let's make a pool. Edison will be on there. Well, there you go. Weather manipulation. HARP will be up there. That'll be on the Alaska quarter. Space 1999. Got the Eagle. That'll be on that. That'll be on a coin. Geez, refrigerated water coolers. That'd be cool. So many good inventions. Window glass. That's been around for decades. What do you got around here? How about the American National Standards Institute? Would something like that qualify to be on there? Here, it's not that they invented anything. They just said, let's all invent stuff the same, so it all fits together. You know, you have standard lengths of, say, studs, 2x4s. You have the same size for the light bulbs that go. Doesn't matter who invents them or makes them. you know, all your light bulbs screw in the same direction, have the same thread, that sort of thing. Tornado and hurricane Doppler system. Yeah, I can see weather being important in there. Weather satellites, gosh, bring it on. Are they going to have old stuff they did way back in the day? Because I'd love to see the Peavey coin up there. But some of the new stuff, tornado warning systems, yeah, they're handy. Boy, you save a lot of lives on the weather. Chemtrails. Now, who gets that one? That'll be on the DC quarter, I suppose. Yeah, volcanic and earthquake seismometers. Metal detectors. Why not? Different things that have been invented. Jet engines. Jet propulsion. You know, you can get from New York to Los Angeles in, what is it, 3 hours or something like that? Dick Cheney with a Halliburton hurricane machine. Yeah, he'll be up there with HARP. Again, Wyoming and Alaska will both have, you know, the fringe stuff on there. The human race has been reinvented. Well, what about genetic modification? Corn, right? Monsanto's got this GM corn out there. Feeds billions of people. Would that make it to the coin? Possibly. I can see some behind the scenes deals and some pocket stuffing. You know, little envelopes sliding across tables. Hey, promote us on your dollar coin. Yeah, we'll make sure you get reelected. Al Gore, yeah, Al Gore will be on like the front of the coin for inventing the internet. The internet, man, that would be just. What do you have? A computer up there? A laptop? A bunch of zeros and ones? What would the design be for that? DNA technology and cloning. I suppose they'd have that on every coin. Just coin after coin after coin. The cloning, get it? Yeah. Sharks with lasers ought to be on there. We've come so far. I thought you go back to when I was a kid. Now, that seems like just yesterday. Seriously. But you're talking 1970s. We had one telephone in the house. It had a cord long enough that you could set it on, you know, a 3-foot stand. And then you could stretch about 4 foot from the cord that was on it. And it was a black. You had to dial it like this. Took 20 minutes just to dial a number. Right? It was heavy, made out of like this super material you never knew what it is. Bakelite is what it was. United Kingdom has it on a 50p. Steve Jobs or the DNA cloning? Yeah, we'll just see more of that cloning, I suspect. We had that. We had black and white TV. My grandmother took off for a season, and we got her TV. So we had a color TV at our house for like a year and a half. It was wonderful. She was staying with her mother, and we got, well, let me borrow your TV. So my father brought it over. Yeah, it was awesome because you could see Battlestar Galactica in full color. Here come the Cylons. They're shining golden. Yeah, party lines. My grandmother had a party line, right? There are 3 people on that party line, and depending on how that phone rang was whether or not you picked it up. And she was long, short, long. And then you had Queen Worcester was, what was she? I think she was just 1 short. And my grandmother couldn't, you know, she was hard of hearing, so if it ran, I'll just answer it. So that messed it up. But she, you know, could talk to Queen Worcester or whoever else was on the line. I was watching Lost in Space when we got our first color TVs, says Ham. Yeah. Once my grandmother got that back, we never had another color TV in the house. Let's see, until Nanta passed away in the mid-'80s, and I inherited her TV. So, geez, no color TV till the mid-'80s. Yeah, that's what we had. We had, my sister had a record player. There wasn't even a Walkman out yet. She had a tape recorder. You put in these cassettes, and you pressed both buttons, and you talked and said funny stuff. And that was a tape recorder. That's what we had back then. None of this digital computer stuff. I got my first computer around, what, 82 or 81? 82, maybe 83. It was a Commodore 64. You got more power, capacity, apps, and everything in your cell phone than that thing had. But it was pretty slick for its day. You could hook it up to your TV. We had Pong, right? Now, this is really neat. You got a over here. You got a handheld controller and it turns, right? And it's got a button. And over on this side of the screen to over here, you got a little line about this big. And if you spun your knob, it'll go up or down, right? And then you got a score. It was right up here. It said 0, 1, whatever the heck. The other side over there had a little line that big, right? And you hit the button over here in the console, and this thing was like $200. Now this is the day and age when you're making $1.50 an hour, and you play Pong. Boop, boop. One little dot goes across the screen, depending on where it hits. Right, your little line over here. Depending if it hits up high, it'll shoot upward. If it hits down low, it'll shoot downward. If it's real low, you put some English on it and goes like this across the screen. Boop, 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 boop. Man, a lot of fights, a lot of divorces over that stuff. But it was the thing back then. We didn't get Nintendo till what? 86. We had Atari. We had the Atari game around 80. I don't know, 84, maybe 83. I was 7 years old before we had electricity and inside plumbing. Man, it was so cold in that house, right? We had a toilet, but it gets so cold you have to get up and you break the ice, before you go. It was so cold. Man, you look at the window and it's all covered with frost. Because it was just between you and 40 below outside was a piece of window this thick. So it tried to come in, and yeah, it could do it pretty easy. You just cover with blankets. Must have had 20 blankets, right? My brother comes in my room, jumps on top. He's gonna pound my head. Dude, you ain't getting through this. He's pounding on my head, but I got this much blanket in between there. What are you doing? Crystal chips for scanners to listen into emergency broadcasts like police and fire. I think that one might not make. You can't have the anti-disestablishment type stuff on the coinage. But that would be cool. Electronic stuff. The transistor, gosh, that's got to be something that would go on a coin. One of the most important developments in modern electronics would have to be the transistor. Of course, they made it small, and then you get the computer chip. But it all came from that transistor. In television, I'm waiting for smell-o-vision. Maybe we can invent that before the coin gets made. What's the last state? Hawaii? Somebody go to Hawaii, invent smell-o-vision, and we'll get that on a coin in about 14 years. I made 90 cents an hour working for Burger King in 1973. Wow. I made $3.30, maybe 40 cents, working for Friendly Ice Cream in 1986. I was washing dishes. Just load them up, pull the machine. How about that dishwasher? Bell Labs, lots of stuff. Vacuum tube, very important, outstanding. That later led to the transistor because they kept burning up the tubes. I said, what if we did it this way? Hi all, snuck in for a bit of a break. Yep, did you see what Ricer sent? You got some Ricer emergency supplies here. These are real handy things. You can get these. You gotta talk to Ricer. But when it's time, this is the most handy thing, let me tell you. Yeah, we opened up some other items that Ricer sent in yesterday. What we're talking about today is the new the Dollar Act. Where is that? The link is down below. Where's the screen? There's the screen. And here's the text of the bill, and it says, the obverse of the coin is going to be the Statue of Liberty, right? And the reverse has a reverse that bears the inscription, United States of America, American Innovators will be written on the back of the coin. I suspect that'll be on the outside ring if they stick with that similar pattern of the state quarters. No, that's not right. This is the first coin, if they can make it happen. This year, if they can make the first coin happen, it's going to have on the reverse United States of America, American Innovators, and a representation of the signature of President George Washington on the first United States patent issued. Okay, there it is. But for the regular ones, after that one, it's going to have the Statue of Liberty on the front with $1 and In God We Trust. On the edge will be the date and E Pluribus Unum. Is that right? Yeah, that's on the edge. On the back of the coin is going to be a significant innovation, an innovator, a group of innovators, and the name of the state, district, or territory, whatever, and of course, the United States of America. But here on innovator and group of innovators, this is going to conflict with down below, and I have to read this over again, but it says, what to say, no head or shoulder portraits or bust of any person, and no portrait of a living person may be included. So what, they're going to have the guy just standing there? No head or shoulders portrait or bust. Yeah, they're going to have the whole guy standing there. Hopefully they get him before he gained all that weight. Okay, so they can have Henry Ford up there. Oh, Tim's here. Good. Let me find my way home. So we're talking about what sorts of things would be on that design. And we've been talking for an hour here. You had me by a few years, Gabe. 62. Well, I'm catching up. Give me time. I'll be there in another year. In New Jersey, we should have the drive-in theater. Man, is that a piece of Americana or what? You know, you get the thing you stick in the window. A lot of these kids nowadays, drive-in theater, huh? They're looking at their phone all the time anyway. You know, this is the new kids. I don't understand how those things work. Oh, the Green Revolution, the biggest boost of the population in the 1960s. That's right, the invention of fertilizer using the Haber-Bosch process. Yeah, that's a big deal. And because of that, the population exploded through the 60s. You went from 1 billion people in 1900 to 3 billion in 1970. And a lot of it came in the 50s and 60s. No, Jersey needs to be the Tesla and its AC generator. GPS, pretty darn handy. What's the core of America? It's been manufacturing, agriculture, military, and exploration for years. So what? You got the car, you got the space shuttle, you got man on the moon. Is that an innovation? Not necessarily a new thing. How about Skylab? Who gets that one? Florida? Sure. But flight? You get the Wright brothers in flight. You know that's going to be there. Innovators and inventions, but all sorts of inventions have had dramatic impact on our daily lives. Not just lately, right? But I mean over the years. The light bulb. Being able to turn the night into day. Huge, huge thing. My grandmother didn't get electricity until 1947. And she said, oh, we really liked it. That's what she said. Oh, we're so happy. They had kerosene before that. Oh, there you go. Petroleum, right? What was it? Edwin Drake in name the date, 1849 in Pennsylvania. Drilled the first oil well in Pennsylvania, struck oil. And they were going to use this to replace whale oil in lamps. That was the whole idea. Whales were getting more, tougher and more scarce, and the price of the whale oil was climbing, and they needed a way to replace that. And this stuff out of the ground, this gooey, sticky, black oil, this crude stuff, was promising. And later they did other directional drilling. Sure. Wow, is it an innovation or simply a development on an existing technology? I think the oil drilling would make it. Cheapskate says, trivia, what was ever invented in Nebraska? Better Nebraska babes, baby. Fiber optics came out of Nebraska. Geez, fiber optic. Do you remember back in the 70s, you call your grandmother 80 miles away and you're yelling, hi, glad to see ya. No, hear ya. When are you coming to visit? Bring some blueberries. And all you hear on the other side is, oh, hi, we're coming to visit this weekend. You could barely hear them, and it was 80 miles away. Fiber optics, you can talk to a guy in France just as clearly as you can hear somebody across the room nowadays. Back then, forget it. We used to talk to our cousins in Omaha from Maine, and you couldn't hear them. Your ears are busted? That's how we had to talk back then. Yep, and it was so cold back in the 70s. Man, we had the best snow forts back in the 70s. But we had regular gas, right? Had lead in it. Nowadays you got unleaded gas, but the internal combustion engine, was that a French guy who invented that? Because we got Ford did the V8, so he's going to get the credit for that one. But his technology was the assembly line that he brought to bear. It's not so much the automobile or the Ford or the Model T, it's the assembly line, his method of production, streamlining it and making it so you can build, 1,000 of them in the time it used to take it to build one. And it brought the cost of these goods down to an affordable level. And for what? You're talking $300-400. You could buy a horseless carriage, an iron horse. I'm in Arizona. It'll be fun for them to pick out what to put in our coin. United States of America has had a hand in a ton of stuff. You got that Roswell thing. They'll put Roswell up on that coin. We got, what did we get out of that? We got, I think, titanium polymers out of that. Jet engines, the Concorde. Where did the jet engine come from? Was that, let's see, 1944, that Messerschmitt, the new one, that came out. And the United States had something similar. Did we make the jet engine? Or did we make the jet engine better? University of Arizona. Yeah, I suspect there'll be some colleges on the list. I can see that all right. So many things. Printing. Rotary printing was a big deal. Now instead of printing one page, you can print hundreds. And all you got to do is cut the paper. It's a whole lot faster. The ability to get the seeds out of cotton, the cotton gin. And that's a neat invention. It's like a wall, right? But you got all these little slits in there and a little wheel with little hooks on it. And the little hooks come through and pick out a little bit of cotton, but it's the holes, the slots are too small for the cotton seeds to go through. That's what a cotton gin does. It gets the seeds out of the cotton. Roswell, New Mexico. Well, they say it's in New Mexico. See, it's just a diversion tactic. It's really New Arizona. Yeah, well, one of them things. What do they got in Arizona? They got something there, I'm sure. I'll let you know when I come up with it. But they did something, I'm sure. University of Michigan is one of the places the internet came to be. Yeah, the old DARPA project. That's back when it was still, DARPA, bulletin boards. Slot machines, Vegas, massive gambling. They could put it on the coin, but I hear that whatever went on in Vegas has to stay in Vegas. So I don't know if they can put that on a coin. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm out of coffee. There's just a little bit there. Oklahoma invented cable TV. Jeez, television, RCA. When did that come in? How about radio? Who invented the radio thing? Was that an American invention? A microwave oven, radar, the radar range, crossing lights, the traffic lights. That's a pretty handy thing. How about the interstate highway system? Actually, that was Eisenhower put that into existence based on the German model. One of the things let me get some water. I've been talking. There we go. One thing that stays in Vegas is my money. Oh, well, sorry to hear it, baby. Better luck next time. Roger Dangerfield. Put his one-liners on there. Dr. Vinnie Boom Bots. Mass Hysteria. Orson Welles. The War of the Worlds. Where was that? Was that in Jersey that it was broadcasting from? That'd be a neat thing. I'm not sure it's an innovation, but it's definitely new. Yeah, I saw the Autobahn. It said we need a, darn right we needed the interstate system here. You can go from point A to point B without oncoming traffic, straight line, no stopping. And back then it was all country roads. You go through the town, it's got cobblestones, and then you hit the in between and it's nothing but mud. I gotta run, but it was nice being here. You have a great stream, and you hope you all have a good day. Thank you, Pusa, for coming in. The guy who invented the laser was from South Carolina. Laser stands for light amplification through stimulated emission of radiation. I bet you didn't know that one. That's where that comes from. Yeah, they just bounce light back and forth, and it just grows and grows and grows in amplitude. And then, then it's blinding and stuff. Yeah, I like the laser thing. We could get sharks with lasers. So many different things. And laser is proving to be pretty darn useful. I was looking a few years back. They finally made a 10 megawatt laser and could now shoot through a razor blade. Wow. Give it some time, and we'll be shooting through tanks. I guess the military is working on something like that. The guy who invented the USB port. Man, that's what would be. Do I have one? Yeah, you're going to see this on the back of your coin. Nope. There it is. There's the coin design. That's the whole back of the coin. People be stuffing them in their computers and stuff. But it says it goes in there. They'll be jamming them in. Yeah, we used to put quarters in the power sockets when I grew up. My mother, stop doing that. You're going to get electrocuted. My dog loves it. So there it is. I'm just looking for, what you think, what'll it be? What's going to be out there? The different inventions. How about, air brakes on trains? Does George Westinghouse get credit for that? How about the bathtub plug? It'd be pretty handy to have. That's changed a lot of lives, let me tell you. So many different. How about nylon? The invention of nylon. Now, nylon is a mix. You take two particular liquids and put them together, right? And you don't mix them up. You just layer one on top of the other because, they're different weight. And what happens is where they meet, that layer in between, you just grab it and draw it because it's that layer where they meet is where the reaction occurs that produces the nylon. It's not, it's not explosive, but if you just keep drawing off the nylon, right, those two liquids stay exposed and create more. And that's how you can get these nylon threads that are just of unlimited length. Kind of neat thing. Now, the guy who invented nylon, he committed a suicide shortly thereafter because he said, I've done everything in my life that I set out to do. So that's a happy and sad story. But nylon's pretty darn handy. The supermarket was invented in New York and is considered a modern marvel. Yep, and they also invented some guy who stands there and says, hey, don't squeeze the Charmin. He was invented shortly after the supermarket was invented. What about the Wright brothers? Absolutely. First powered manned flight. Absolutely. They had balloons and stuff before that. But did Dr. Nylon collect coins? No, he was just a geek. I think that's all it was. One of those geeky guys. My mom was developed in New York. I'm glad to hear it. Piggly Wiggly was the first one. She said, the old supermarkets, they got like 1,000 items in them. 2,000 items in there. And you just go in to the shopping cart and just buy everything you need. The barcode system was back in the 50s. Have we got a barcode here somewhere? I'm sure of it. There you go. On the back of the aspirin. No, on the side of the aspirin. You can get a barcode. They're only about $300. I had a barcode when I had the Lollipop Company. There you go. Real simple. Now you get that square thing that's not taking hold. How do we get off coins? We're looking at technology and innovations and inventions that could potentially be on the back of these new dollar coins. Believe it or not, I'm semi-related to the Wright brothers. So like a half-brother. They're somewhere around my 9th cousins. Outstanding. I think I'm the 7th cousin, twice removed from FDR. But, we don't write or nothing. He never writes. Fiber optic cable. Yeah, some things like the Cat5 cable. It's not. I don't think that's gonna. It's not an innovation, a new way of doing things. The assembly line, electricity, right? Motor windings. How about the Hoover Dam? You know, that'd be a pretty impressive innovation. Nuclear energy, jet engines, the automobile, aircraft, the Iron Horse. Well, Iron Lung. How about that one? That goes back to polio. How about Jonas Salk's polio vaccine? Peavey amps. Did you see this, Brian Hooper? Where are you? Here's a screen. They got this thing from Maine. It was invented in around 1850. It's called the Peavey. It's a cant dog is what it is. It's a logging tool from the days when Maine was vital to the logging industry. We had so much lumber flowed down those streams because it'd be frozen. You could stack the logs up, and then they'd thaw out, and then the logs would go down, and by then all the ships would be up in port so that they could load it and take it around the world. And that's called a Peavey, and I'm hoping we get a Peavey dollar out of it. Yeah, we'll just pass those out left and right for only $1. Twisted pear, for example, not an innovation. Twisted pear. Don't know. Sam Walton started the barcode at old. Sam Walton invented the internet along with the other fellow. What can Brown do for you? Robotics. Very good. Wait for it. There'll be a lot of people griping about that. You got 3 styles of cant hooks. Still can't use around the mill today. Well, get back in the river. That's what they're made for. Who knows? It's all fun. What else? How about the lawnmower, the barbecue grill, recreation? When was bowling invented? Baseball's an American invention. Talking movies. Who did the first talking movie? I don't know, but they're way back. That's an idea. Francis Ford Coppola have something to do with that, or one of those guys? Francis Ford. Who did all the John Wayne movies? Layer by layer, nano assembly was invented in Louisiana. I thought CJ invented that. He does layer by layer assembly. Where's an example here? Nope. Who's this? Nope. Who's this one? There you go. CJ does layer by layer assembly. That's like 17 layers to produce one of these. No fooling. I should have one up here. There we go. And that's an insert for one of these 2x2 acrylic holders. Holds a quarter. And that's 17, no fooling, layers printed out. We can't see it there. We'll put it under the big scope. He does this kind of thing. Can we see that now? There you go. Each line is another, like a tree ring. Another layer on that 3D printer of his. And so one of these, yeah, it's a whole bunch of layers. Kind of neat. Rob Stewart says, Ken, I will add the link to the schedule to my video tonight. I'm at work, but I stopped by to toss a like your way. Thank you very much, Rob. Everybody get over to Rob Stewart. He's going to do a video for the weekend seminar. Rudy Bailey. Roma has a robot one testing to go up and down the aisles to check and see if labels are missing. Rudy Valley. Isn't that guy that died in the plane crash? The singer guy? Villa Lobos or something? Rudy Valley. One of them guys. What was made in Alaska? The crab fishermen. They invented canned crab meat. You got the gold rush in Alaska. There's got to be something up there created. What do you got? Oil. You got fish. There's got to be something nautical or petrol. Some of these states are going to be tough. Rhode Island's a pretty small state, pretty low population in Wyoming. Utah. Not a lot of people. Jeez. Hard to get ideas when there's nobody home. I have to go, guys. See you later. Take it easy, Lincoln. Yeah, gosh. What else is in there? We got to look at some more of these inventions. Okay, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Timeline of American inventions. The fire alarm box. Can we see this okay? Yep. Public schools. Elevator brake. There's a big one. The burglar alarm. 1853. Potato chips. George Crumb at Moon's Lake House near Saratoga Springs, New York. Fed up with a customer who continued to send his fried potatoes back, complaining they were too thick and soggy, Crumb decided to slice the potatoes so thin they could not be eaten with a fork. As they could not be fried normally in a pan, he decided to stir-fry the potato slices. And against his expectations, the guest was so ecstatic about the new chips, they soon became a regular item on the lodge's menu and were known as Saratoga chips. Yep, it's always some grouch. The breast pump. Let's see, 1855, the Calliope. Out of Worcester, Massachusetts, played on riverboats and circuses. The egg beater. I think I have one of these in my drawer. Yep. Condensed milk. Equatorial sextant. That's a pretty handy thing. Oh, this one makes it, baby. This one is on a coin. I guarantee. 1857, mass-produced unrolled toilet paper. Wow. Where was this invented? New York City entrepreneur Joseph Gillette in 1857 invented aloe-infused sheets of manila hemp disposed from Kleenex-like boxes. But his toilet paper was a failure for several reasons. Americans soon grew accustomed to wiping with the Sears Roebuck catalog. They saw no need to spend money on toilet paper when you got a perfectly good catalog sitting right there. And it comes in the mail for free. And because during the 19th century it was a social taboo to openly discuss bathroom hygiene with others, toilet paper took its next leap forward in 1890 when two brothers named Clarence and E. Irvin Scott of the Scott Paper Company co-invented the rolled toilet paper. Well, there's a neat thing. Yeah, I think that's a big part of American history, even if we don't talk about it. Pink lemonade, the brown truss. Oh, good. It's also part of the bridge making design. The pepper shaker. Mason jars. That's an important thing. Gosh, you can take food, preserve it, send it across country. The pencil eraser. I've gone through a number of those in my time. Ironing boards. No, that's more work for Mother. The twine knotter, dustpan, electric stove, escalators. 1859 they come up with the escalator. The vacuum cleaner. You know, I once bought a girl a vacuum cleaner for Christmas. It seemed like such a great idea. It was a top-of-the-line model, but I didn't understand what was wrong with that as a gift selection for decades. I really thought it was a good thing. Oh, I got you a vacuum cleaner, baby. Now get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich. The repeating rifle. There you go. The Spencer was a Spencer rifle. Benjamin Tyler Henry, chief designer for Oliver Fisher Winchester's Arms Company. Yep. More ways to kill people faster. Kinematoscope, the postcard, machine gun, hand cranked, the Gatling gun, put right to use, slaughtering hundreds. Breakfast cereal. Yep, Cheerios were invented in 1863. I think it was a corn. Granula was invented in the United States by James Caleb Jackson. Ratchet wrench, quad skates, spar torpedo, the cowboy hat. Okay, that you know is going to be on a coin. Yep, Stetson. John Batterson Stetson went on a hunting trip and came back with a dead hat. Rotary printing press, the urinal. Chuck wagon, motorcycle, paperclip. Paperclip. Is that really going to... I hope that's not on a coin. If that's the best we got, let's see. Samuel B. Fay in 1867. Same year we got the... What else came out in 1867? The 2-cent was 1864. Ticker tape, water tube boiler, the refrigerator car. That's an important invention. Tape measure. Oh, man. Before that, they were just saying, about this long. You know, but from your finger to your elbow. 1869, the vibrator was invented. American football in 69. Pipe wrench. Now, I understood this guy's name was Monkey. The guy who invented the pipe wrench, his name was Monkey. That was a nickname. Now, this is an adjustable wrench used for turning soft iron pipes. And he needed a tool, and here he is, Daniel C. Stilson. I bet you they'll say his name was Monkey, because everybody said, hey, man, get Monkey's wrench. And it stuck. He invented the modern adjustable pipe wrench. Looks like this. Let's open this up and see. Born in Durham, New Hampshire, the son of William Stilson and Nancy Chapman. It does not show his any mention of his nickname. But no, wait. Here's Monkey and Stilson wrenches. Maybe it was related. The Stilson wrench is an improvement on the Monkey wrench. Huh. Well, there's a story in there nonetheless. Can opener, the bee smoker, sandblasting, feather duster, rowing machine, railway air brake. See, George Westinghouse, I told you. 1872, the diner. Earmuffs, and Swedish chicks always looked better ever since. They've improved on it. Silo, blue jeans. Yep. Hey, let's put the hunt out now for a model for the blue jeans to go on the dollar coin. Knuckle coupler, fire sprinkler, the spork. Yeah, always useful for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Ice cream soda, quadruplex telegraph, the jockstrap, Forstner bits. I got some in the garage somewhere. Biscuit cutter, dental drill, mimeograph, synthesizer. In 1876, airbrush, tattoo machine, the phonograph. That's Edison. District heating, carbon microphone, free jet water turbine, bolometer to measure your bolos, carton, cash register, oil burner, candlepin bowling, electric chair, metal detector, right there, 1881. It was Alexander Graham Bell invented the first metal detector. Wow, that's a neat thing. Peristaltic pump, electric fan, saltwater taffy, solar cell, thermos. What is a solar cell? I lost my place. There you go, 1883. Dissolvable pill. 1884, the skyscraper, the 10-story home insurance company building, built in 1884. Where? Chicago? Chicago it is. Film, filing cabinets, telephone directories. That came out after the phone. Slot machines. There you go, the induction motor. That really is a heck of an invention. So many things rely on an induction motor. If it moves, you plug it in and something moves. It's an induction motor or a spring. The drinking straw. Tell me it was invented in San Francisco. That would just be the funniest thing of all. It doesn't say where. Stopping switch, ballpoint pen, Salisbury steak. We've all had those. There's more after that, but 1889 we get to the payphone. They barely made it 100 years. So just putting out some ideas. Hey, what are your ideas? Put it in the comments down below the video. Hey, yes, Jay. We were just talking about the new dollar coin that's coming out next year. And can we see any of this? And different designs that might be on it. Down below, you'll have the link to the text, and that'll give you some guidelines. It's going to be the American Innovation Dollar Coin Act. And here's the whole thing. Going to have the Statue of Liberty on one side. And the back is going to be an innovator or inventor or innovation. I watched it. This will be interesting. Very good. Monkey was not handsome. No, but he was handy. Let me go up just one level here. Gillette, the injector and razor for a smooth shave. Lost money selling the razors, but made a fortune selling the blades for it. You're darn right. You don't give away the razors, or the razor blades. You give away the handles. And they'll buy the blades. There we go. I've been on for an hour and a half talking about this. Here's the old designs for the dollars. Where'd you go? Home. There's your old dollars with the presidents on there. So the obverse of the new dollars would be the Statue of Liberty, and I suspect it would probably be similar to this. They might change it up some. And on the back will be innovations and inventions. Gosh, what's going to be there? There's some sure bets. You know, the automobile, the assembly line, Henry Ford. You'll see the airplane will be on there. I'm sure the light bulb, perhaps the phonograph, the telephone. Some of these things are such a core technology. Communicate, illuminate, and manufacture. Transportation. Yeah, that's in there too. Yeah, technology, it gets in and it's insidious. And it takes a while before technology is down at the level of the common man and handy. But that's what the cameras are doing right now with our hobby. We see it. We see how it changes our life over time. And every now and then you get this leap forward in technology. What's an 1855 seated Liberty $50 worth? I don't know. I'm going to give you a link here. You stay. You ready for it? Okay, the first one is photo grade. Okay, because to get an idea of what the value of a coin is, you have to know what sort of condition it's in. Nope, that's not it. That didn't work. Let me try this again. So we'll go to PCGS photo grade. Let me copy that. Hello, it won't take. This ain't working. PCGS photo grade. There. Now I can copy that link in there. Take it over here. And try dropping it off. There. There's the link to photo grade. So you can hold your coin up to what they have pictures of and determine the grade. Once you have the grade, then you should be able to determine the value based on the price guides. Let me copy that. And here's Numis Media. There. So it's two parts. You got to identify the coin, what it is, $50, quarter, nickel. Then know what the date and mint mark is. Then you have to decide what condition it's in. Right? And don't overgrade. Always go a little conservative. Well, it's at least as good as this one, but not as good as that one. Then go with a lower choice. And then you can just look it up on a chart. Now, bear in mind those prices. Does that mean that's what you're going to get? A lot goes into that too. Sometimes you can get it. You go to a dealer and sell to him. Well, he needs to make money to pay the bills in his shop. He's not going to offer that. He wants to make a profit selling it. He's going to offer less. Are you going to get that price if you auction it yourself? Do you have a reputation with the buyers? It takes time to build that up. I think PCGS Coinfax for the prices just as good. Now compare the different prices, because price list over here and price list over there, they have different algorithms to determine their values that they list in their price schedules. Gosh, there's a lot to it. You know, no such thing as this stuff written in stone. Maybe you have an auction and nobody shows up. Well, how much is it worth now? And whatever somebody's willing to pay is what it comes down to. Okay, guys, I got to finish working on these invoices and get those out because a lot of people wanted stuff. And we'll continue from there. I want to thank you all for stopping in. And don't forget, let me look if it's below here. No, it's not below here. Okay, I took it out. Check my last video and take a look at the coin seminar we got coming up, because it's going to be fun. You got to get involved. We're up to about 10 or 11 by now. And if you'd like to do a video for the coin seminar weekend, let me know. If you can't find me, talk to Jeff Schumar. Either way is just as good. And we'll go from there. Yeah, it's a good afternoon. Take a break, talk about coins. That's what I do. I take a break from what I'm doing and talk about coins. The rest of the day, there is nobody here except the cat, and he's out doing his cat thing. Cheapskate says, have a good day. I'll be live streaming with my wife at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern today. What is today? It's, I don't know what day it is. Thursday. Oh, man, I got to get on this. I've been goofing off all day. Okay, today coming up, let's see, where's the live stream? We know at 5 o'clock is Brian. excuse me. Okay, 5 o'clock is Brian. Talk to Mantic, see if they're doing anything at 7. We got Cheapskate. He's in the directory here at 7 o'clock. I can show you this. Here it is. Here's the schedule. $50 make you holler around 9 o'clock. I bet you they're still doing that. Quinn Quinn's out of school right now, so I have not been over to check his channel and see if this is still it. But he was always he's been pretty regular at 10 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday nights. Now, if you live stream regularly on a schedule, let me know. We'll put you in here, okay? We go from there. There's home. Okay, I lost the chat again. So you guys have a great day. There's SJ. SJ's going on in just 2 minutes. Yep. I'm sorry, I missed your show yesterday, SJ. I took a nap. Yeah, I think my pancreas is shutting down because I've been taking a lot of naps lately. I'd eat some really good food and take a nap. Bill J version 2 says, very interesting stream, Ken. Thanks. Thank you for everyone that subbed to the new channel. Yep, we'll get the word out for you. You just, do your thing. We'll get the word out. No worries, just working out some bugs. We had one on the show yesterday. I found one. Get these ants on me. Okay, guys. Yep. I'll work on getting the information on how to submit a coin design to whoever you'd submit it to. Looks like it's got to go through your governor. So don't forget to, send 20 or 30 bucks to his campaign. That can't hurt, right? No worries. Okay, guys, I'm going to take off. You stay groovy.